All right, guys. Today we are gonna be reacting to Brian Cook's two ignorant girls who accuse him of misogyny. Jump in.
Destiny and Peyton, do you have any disagreements with the show host? Both of you simply wrote misogyny. And I don't know if this is also the case for you. Unfortunately, your questionnaire did not include that one. So
Yeah, I don't think it had that on
okay,
there. So it doesn't apply to me. Don't put
maybe
that on
safe
me,
to
please.
assume though that you would have wrote that too. Maybe you guys have seen the show then.
I haven't seen like a
PR
full show,
training.
but I
Okay.
definitely seen clips on Twitter.
Right. So you think the show is misogynistic, or you think myself or Andrew, I guess, is misogynistic?
I would say the
All the above.
show, yeah.
Both? Okay,
'cause
first, just so we understand the terms correctly, how do you define misogyny?
Like, you think men are superior?
Okay, what about you?
Yeah, you think men are superior, you think we're femcels, usually
What's
don't
a
want-
femcel?
What?
Like a incel, but a female incel. Like
What?
how women call men incels as insults, and men call women
You know what an
femcels.
incel means?
Hold on. First off, no, men never use the term femcel as an insult. Secondly, there's no such thing as a female incel.
I've seen it on Twitter, that's why I said it. But
No woman can be involuntarily celibate. So it's not even worth having a conversation about. But so okay, you think that to your first point, you think that we think men are superior.
Based off your answers.
Answers even tonight?
Yes.
Okay, what have I said tonight that would indicate that I think men are superior?
Well, earlier you were saying how you specifically, Eric.
Oh, so I'm the
Yeah,
misogynist.
no.
Yeah.
But
So
Eric's
what they were saying.
Eric's another panelist.
Okay, so
you have not seen any clips of Eric. Your accusations about misogyny have to do either with me or
From today.
Andrew. So, what examples tonight from me have I indicated that I believe males are superior or whatever?
I have one
Sure.
when I forgot what I said, but she was like, "Yeah, women don't think that way. Women don't think like that. Like we just don't have brains." Like
What though?
it was just such a generalization that it just sounded like, "Yeah, you the type of
Y'all
man that
gotta
just
be
hate
specific
women."
though.
I forgot what I said. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
I
See-
wish I could roll back the clip. But it was a question asked about, "Oh, what about if women do this and think that men?" Oh, fuck.
See, when you make accusations, you got to be specific about what happened.
How about
know
this?
what confuses
You guys
me?
filled this out before the start of the show. What before the start of the show would establish myself or the show as misogynistic?
I wish I could pull up one of y'all clips.
Nah,
Which
this is
clip?
gaslighting, guys.
Here, how about we start with Destiny?
Yeah, this is all gaslighting.
Destiny, what is something I have said that is misogynistic?
I think that the show kind of has that rep. So that's kind of what I come
Okay,
into
sure.
it.
What?
I was like,
what?
okay, mentally prepared.
Okay, what
Stand
has
up for the women.
sure? What has led to that reputation?
Maybe like the arguments being mostly based on men and
Men against
women
women.
and like what they bring to the table and like what are they
How would that be misogynistic?
Even that.
just your guys' arguments. It's
Which
just-
are which one?
there's so many.
Okay, give me one.
I have stoner brain.
I think y'all confuse
I
a
can
male's
give you
perspective as being misogynistic.
Maybe.
No, because I argue with men all the time, and you could just tell when somebody like hates women versus like when
No,
they
you
just
can
want
tell
to
when dudes want a women worshiper versus a man who's not afraid to be objective with a woman. I think y'all get it twisted. Y'all think because a man is objective and he's challenging how you think, that he thinks he's better than women. And y'all think a guy that's willing to say, "Oh yeah, you're right," that he's a real man. No, he just he's afraid to lose you. Some men are not afraid to lose you at the sake of their own self-respect and sanity. But that doesn't mean they're misogynistic.
I'm not talking about men.
Yeah, that's a good point from Eric. This argument right here is what they think is misogyny. Right here, what Eric said, because they're telling them you're wrong. This is why, and they show them why they're wrong. Hey, misogyny, because they didn't like what you said. What you said sounded kind of off. Therefore, misogyny. Because they're not simping. Misogyny. This used to happen with Kevin Samuels all the time, guys. Used to happen a lot with Kevin Samuels, so we're not new to this territory.
Men that's afraid to lose me. I'm talking about people that I argue with on the daily.
Yeah, let's get back to the conversation though. So what have I said that's misogynistic?
Can I answer a question with a question?
Hold on. I'll let you come in, but
Sisterhood
they
coming
make a
in,
claim,
huh?
So they have to.
Let's go, Brian. Brian's upset, huh?
Not you, banana.
It just
Brian's a
seems
little
Wow, you guys
upset.
really
you
love to save
view-
other women. Go ahead.
It seems like you view women
See,
as
like, why you gonna
objects
say that?
more
Oh,
than
no,
like,
stop. Guys, you got to kindly shut the fuck up and let her talk. Go ahead.
Damn. Wow. There we go. Damn. Now, here's something very interesting, guys. He's a little upset, right? Because he's being accused of something, right? Brian, I understand. However, these type of women, guys, this is how they respond to this kind of attitudes. I haven't seen the video yet, but I can tell you this gonna check some of the females in the panel. 100%.
Who
Give
you're
a
talking
fuck.
to.
Go
You
ahead.
clearly don't.
it seems like you guys view women as objects more than actual women.
Okay, what have I said tonight that would indicate that I view women as objects?
Well, saying that we don't think or that we don't have brains.
When did I say that?
Didn't he say that?
He's
What
just
did I say?
manipulating you, girl. I
What?
don't know
How's
what to
it
tell you.
manipulation?
Oh, that's
Because
disrespect right here.
it's manipulation when you ask for an example, knowing that you could just rewind the clip and just go look back at the
No,
stream.
no, that's right
You
here.
already know what you said.
No,
She's a problem here. She's a problem here. Oh, it's gonna be a problem.
I'm
She
asking
said
And
you.
before the
forgot.
show.
We forgot what you said.
No,
Yeah,
because
but
we've been here
before
for
the
over
show.
5 hours.
But before the
so
show.
it's very hard to pick up, be like, oh yeah, this is
But
something
these-
you
Who cares
said
about the show?
5 hours ago.
But the questions are asked based on their perception of him before the show started.
He's just he makes misogynistic remarks. I will say that.
So what?
Like-
I cannot remember.
You literally can't provide one thing.
I already said what you said when you say women don't think like that. In
As far as
response
what?
to one of the questions
you
about
have to
women
remind
thinking
me-
that men, it was something about women thinking that men like care about them in another way or something like that. I'm upset that I don't remember.
See, I told you. You see, the other ones are not jumping in yet. I told you they just respond to that kind of attitude. It is, man. It is. At that point when you're in that kind of lifestyle, I would say, they respond more aggressively. So this is how they respond. I don't know why, but I think it's because of the emotional trauma. Right, the emotional ceiling is so high. The only way they're gonna react if you put the F word and shut the hell up kind of thing. They just respond to that, guys. Because at least there's a small trait of masculinity by saying that in that way. There's a small trait of masculinity, and they respond to that.
But I
They're
just
broken.
think it's weird to say, oh, just because you don't remember it, that means I'm not misogynistic. Like, no.
So if I
We can
blamed
come
you
back to
for a
this
crime and I
conversation.
can't prove it, does that substantiate my accusation?
Well, it's not like you're gonna be on trial and you're gonna be
I'm
in the
just using
courtroom
an
without any
example,
evidence.
sweetheart.
I don't have my phone to pull up, and I don't have the memory to remember what he said 3 hours ago. At the
But you
beginning of the
remember it was
stream.
misogynistic.
But it was before. Forget whatever I said
I
during
remember
the
what
show.
he said. I forgot what
Here, tell
the
you
question
what.
was asked
Tell
to
you
me.
what. I'll just go ahead and I'll just grant to you that maybe I said something misogynistic during the show.
Yes.
What you filled this out before the show. What have I said that is misogynistic?
I wasn't really talking about you specifically when I said that. I was talking about this show in
Sure.
general.
What is misogynistic about the show in general?
Just the way that you guys frame questions, you guys ask women questions, like to like kind of
Oh,
upset.
they're not with the women. They're not with the sisterhood, right? They're not with the feminists. So you guys hate women. You guys hate women because you're not in favor of the feminism movement. Right there. That's the problem right there.
Them and like questions that you have more information on than us, knowing that we're kind of like random and we don't have time to.
In order to avoid this, Brian, when he said that, you guys are somebody misogynistic, he should have just shut that stuff down, right? Say, I don't care what you think about the show. Straight up. I don't want to continue. I think you guys are misogynistic. No problem. I don't give a F what you think about the show. If you don't like it, don't stay here. Well, okay, get out of. Boom. Show her that, okay, I don't give a damn what you think. Now he's in this back and forward, and this is a losing position, guys. I think this is a losing position.
Get information and knowledge to back up our arguments versus you guys have all these
Hey, but-
statistics and all this stuff to
Graphs.
back up statistics and graphs that y'all plan in.
wait,
Instead of
hold
telling
on.
us what we need to, instead of telling us the
Sure.
conversation at hand,
You
so we
can
have
make,
more time to
You can
prepare.
make an argument that that's unfair. What the fuck does that have to do with misogyny?
It's misogyny because you're doing it, and everybody that comes on here majority of the time is mostly women that don't have the information to argue back
So it's
with you.
7 of y'all versus 1 of me. You can't with your collective brain power
It's not just one
overwhelm.
of you, though. You have technology and you're Googling all these
Oh.
statistics. And
But
stuff.
Let's
most of
shame
the-
him.
I can make these arguments without the graphs and infographics. That's just to clarify points. You guys bring up these claims about education, voting. You guys are just wrong because you bought into the feminist
See,
propaganda,
calling us
and I have to
wrong.
correct it.
And calling
you
us
are wrong.
feminists.
How is somebody's
You are
point of view
feminists.
wrong?
You're all feminists. Huh?
Okay,
But
How
this
are
is
they going
the
to
thing, though. This is the thing.
Wait.
How I
She
feel
has to say her
about-
thing. Go ahead, say it.
How
How is your point of view wrong?
Yeah.
No, I believe in truth and facts. Your point of view is irrelevant if the
Why
facts
is it
are.
irrelevant?
like
We don't have the
Sorry,
facts
sorry,
right
go
here
ahead.
to back it up
if your
like
point
you.
here, if your point of view is men have had voting rights for 1,000 years and women haven't, that's just factually inaccurate.
When did we
It's
say
not. Hold on,
thousands?
stop.
They didn't say thousands.
No, I'm providing.
Yeah,
an
gaslighting
example.
is strong in
you
this
were
one.
just factually incorrect when it came to women's voting.
No, I use that as an example when I brought
But
it
you
up.
still
You
was
asked
wrong.
me.
How
you
is
asked
she wrong
me
if
what
we
was.
didn't say
No,
1,000
it was a
years?
reply to an answer. You asked me. I believe the question was. You asked me.
Andrew's just letting it
What
slide.
have women,
See?
come throughout time?
Andrew's just letting it slide. That's good for Brian too, because Brian had to develop more that skill. He's doing very. I've been reacting to a lot of Brian's content, and he's doing much better, guys. He's doing much better. I have to give it to him. The only thing he has to do is control his emotion. You put things down. I know it's kind of frustrating with these feminists. It's a little bit, out of control, but he has to control that emotional temper.
Fighting for and stuff like that. So I brought up the things that we were fighting for: our rights to vote, education, abortion. So I was answering
But you
questions.
said, okay, here's the
stated.
genesis of that entire conversation. You said that you're a woman's advocate, and the first thing you went to, I don't know why, in what way would you still be advocating 100 years later when women have already had the right to vote?
You asked me about
women's-
things over time. It was the first thing that popped in my head.
No. You said you're a
I
women's
just-
advocate. You said you're a women's advocate. I'm like, what do you advocate for? And you're like,
Our
women's right to vote. You
safety.
have the right to vote.
Our
How's that?
safety. No, originally when I told you what
He just want to be right, guys. He just.
advocating.
All this is
it was-
gaslighting. This is pure gaslighting here. The arguments has nothing to do with the end of the conversation has nothing to do whether or not who's telling the truth. This has nothing to do with this. This is just pure who can basically alpha the other one, right? It's very, how can I say this? There's I don't think there's an end to this. See, because they're gaslighting. Now, what I think Andrew's waiting for Brian to say, it's like you made the claim of misogyny, right? Misogyny. I don't have to defend my point. You have to defend your point. You cannot defend. You get the hell out of my show. And just make it clear to the rest of the group, we are not going to tolerate lies in my show. This is the only way you can fix this, guys. You're going to substitute, because then now you go in a back and forward, and now you're in a position of defending something that you didn't do. By that in itself, you are in a losing position, in a losing proposition. So what you need to do now is basically say, if you're gonna substance, how do you say it, baby? Substance, or substance. I'm trying to say like substance. No, I think I'm saying this wrong.
What are you trying to say?
Like substance in. Substance. Man, I don't have a problem right now.
Substitute?
No. Man, my goodness. Oh, forget it. It's all right. Yeah, I'm having trouble. My English is not. It's not kicking. It's not kicking in well right now. So if you can substantiate. Thank you, baby. Substantiate. If you cannot substantiate your claim, right, which is a very strong claim, meaning that you're a misogynist, meaning that misogyny is basically the hatred towards women. Hatred towards women. That means if you cannot just clarify or just show some kind of proof or indication that they are doing that, hey, it's time to go. Send the message clear to the group. Make sure they're clear that we are not gonna allow lies to go forward. Right? But Brian wants to defend his dignity, so he's just going back and forward, knowingly well that they're not. The sister who's coming in, it's not, they're gonna defend each other. This one right here in the red is already laughing because you know what's going on, right? Hopefully he can wake up on that one. On this one, I'm gonna say.
And
Safety from what?
from danger,
Whoa.
from people trying to take advantage of you. From
Are you, sir? Wait, hold on. That's very.
Everybody's a victim of that.
That's
yeah,
a really.
and so you could take it both ways. You know, I can only speak for women. I only know how to protect
like
myself as a woman. I can't speak on how to protect myself as a man. I'm not a man.
I mean, that's a very misandrous statement for you to say that you need to protect yourselves from men. You're trying to paint all men as like predators.
I didn't say protect myself from men.
Let's talk about the bear question then.
Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all
I'll
think
fight a
what's the
bear.
opposite of misogyny?
There we go.
Misandry.
Yo, there's a misogynist. I'll fight a bear. Oh, really? This is crazy, bro.
Misandrous?
Is what view?
The View. It's a show called The View. Is that a misandrous show?
Oh, I've never seen it.
Have you heard of it?
It's all
No.
women. It's
So y'all
women
never
from
heard of the
different
show that come on with Whoopi Goldberg and all the
say it
women?
is.
No.
So you would think you think that's a misandrous show?
Yeah, I saw a little bit this morning.
The only other
That's the only
podcast
thing.
I
Do you
can
think
compare is
women
Fresh and
today's
Fit.
rap? Are you familiar with Cardi B and these Megan Thee Stallion? Do you think their music is misandrous? No. Why not?
Well, I don't know the word.
Do you think their music is
I mean,
misandrous?
similar in how ways men speak down on women. You know, I've seen it on both sides.
So
in
do
rap.
you think their music is misandrous? Cardi B, Megan Thee Stallion.
It's really not.
Is their music misandrous? Yes or no?
Wait, why do you think it is?
I'm
No.
asking
See, you see how they flip the question? Man, this is crazy.
I'm just asking. Do you think their music is misandrous? Did they
feel
speak
like
from
I-
a position
I
where
haven't
it's,
heard-
they're talking down to men?
Oh, like saying like fuck these niggas or something. Like,
Wait.
Fuck 'em and get some money.
We gotta.
We can't say that
Sorry,
word.
we're back.
But
We gotta
I
stop
don't know.
using that
I don't
word.
know.
so you don't know if their music misandrous when they make music about F him if he ain't got no money, like regarding like dismissing him to a financial object, like y'all say we sexually objectify y'all. Do you think their music economically objectifies men?
yes.
So
Yeah,
can that be considered misandrous?
I don't think so.
Of course.
Of course.
So okay.
Go. Nice job, Eric. Nice job. But there you go. That's all you need. That's all you need. And get the answers that you need and step back. Let the world get to their own conclusions with this. Right here, guys. This is all for clips in the future. This is all for documentaries in the future. This is all we need, guys. This is all we need. We get that information out of them. And let them feel that nothing's going on. Let them feel that nothing's gonna be done. That they're protected. Let them feel like that.
Okay, going back to you, you said that like I objectify women. How do I objectify women?
What do you say? The labia?
How would that? Hold on. How would that actually be objectifying women? You gonna just look at yourself in the monitor, or are you gonna respond?
I don't know what to say.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what was the question again?
Well, when I asked you how have I been misogynistic, and you're like, oh, you
Okay,
objectify
let me
women.
correct it. You've been perfect.
Oh yeah.
Well, you said that was misogynist.
Okay,
How
that's
you think I'm misogynist?
she concedes the argument then.
But she pointed to me though.
I don't like arguing.
Why you think I'm misogynist?
Oh, I forgot what you said now,
Oh
but I
my
had it
See,
earlier.
that's the thing. See, my thing is with
Y'all are
y'all. It's
good at
like
this. Y'all are
y'all. The issue is this: women, y'all come to these conversations because I've done panels with a lot of women. Y'all have these preconceived notions of what you think you know. And then when a man has the information to counter it, you say stuff like, well, I don't have all the data. So why the fuck are you defending something that you're unlearned about? That doesn't make
Oh, that's a good point from Eric. That's a great point. That is a great point.
We were gonna be talking about
I'm talking
this.
about in generalities. Because whether you knew it, I can come to it, for example. Brian could say, hey, we talking about dating tonight. But I still might have he might throw me a question about something that has nothing to do with dating. I still might have an answer for it. So whether I'm prepared to talk about it tonight or not doesn't mean I don't have the data for it. If you're so concerned with women's rights, if you're so concerned with the diaspora or the disconnection between what men can do and what women can do, you should have that information readily available to your mind if you're always talking about you're in defense of it.
Another thing to think about here was that you guys brought up statistics, not us.
Yeah.
And so
Damn.
after you brought up statistics, I clarified the statistics. I didn't use them to even make an argument, just clarified what the statistics were. In this case,
I don't think we
the
brought up
claim,
the
hang on, I'll
statistics.
give you the
I did.
exact
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
claim. The exact claim was how many women were getting abortions due to SA. That was your claim. And so you said that's what the statistics back. So all I did was clarify the statistics. Didn't use them as a weapon, just clarified what they are.
How's that misandrous?
I'm not saying like the stats is what's making it like.
No, they're tone policing. They're
misogyny.
tone policing. They're trying to use sign language. Remember, shame, insult, guilt need to be right, guys. This is sign language. This is pure sign language. Shame, insult, guilt, and need to be right. right here in 4K. Right here, guys. They got caught up. They don't know what they're talking about. They look like clowns. And now, what is happening right now, guys, is that they're trying to just, change you. Yeah, misogyny, all this stuff, right? But the guys are not they're not taking their foot out of the gas. They're just pushing that gas all the way down, right? But I'm telling you, I still think that Brian should have just simply threw one out, just to make the statement clear that we're not gonna accept lies in the show. Do you understand? No, I understand. You kicked everybody out. Let the gentlemen just move forward. Well, sometimes you have to do that, guys. Sometimes, again, and I spoke about this in a couple episodes before, that you have to take some L's. Some of these podcasts, I've seen so many podcasts when it comes down to dating and modern social dynamics. Guys, for some reason, putting one female in her place, right? It's just, in a social dynamic setting, it's just put the precedent moving forward. It just does, guys.
I'm just saying, y'all have information to back up your arguments and we don't. And I feel like knowing that and inviting us and not telling us what we're going to talk about is not fair.
You got caught.
Like, let me not say, oh, that's misogynist, but it's definitely not fair. And I feel like the arguments that we're talking about circulate around misogyny.
Well, let us assume for a moment, because this is true,
I think it makes plenty sense.
let us assume for just a second that in every single show, these same exact questions are asked over and over and over again.
I was
because
asked
that's
it in this
hang
last
on,
minute.
because that's what happens.
So I wouldn't know.
And now let us assume again that there's like, I don't know, over 150 episodes that you could go watch. Isn't your failure of preparation, even though these questions are asked every single panel, for every single panel that comes on, isn't the failure of preparation there on you and not on the panelists? There's no question you've been asked that every single other group of women isn't asked.
Because y'all judging the show based on clips, so why don't you do your due diligence to see the whole show? Because you've made conclusive statements on clips you've seen, but you haven't done your due diligence to see what the whole show is about. So that, to me, leads back to what you claim as misogyny, as you're not prepared to defend what you believe. You're just following a preset of thinking that you never really did your due diligence on, and then when you're challenged on it, you play victim. Like, if you don't know about something, stop defending what you don't know. Learn it.
Good point. Hey, Andrew, Brian, and Eric, they have a point here, man. They have a great point. This is not a debate thing. This is more like a putting the precedent. They have a great point.
Well, I'm not even as concerned with that as I am. What I don't understand is every single panel of women who comes in, the same questions are asked of them. Every single one. Everything from the rating scale to the bow video to all of this. Every single panel that I've been on 76 times, I think. Every single one, it's the same questions asked to a different panel of women. If that's the case, then you at least have the last 70-something episodes to choose from to do just a modicum of research. How could that be blamed on the host?
I'm not blaming the host, personally.
Okay. Well, I mean, but who should you be blaming? You should be blaming you, right?
There we go. Yay! See, this is why Andrew's very good at what he does.
You should be blaming you, right? You're unprepared to have a conversation.
But who's to really blame?
To have a conversation.
I'm upset. I'm hurt.
You have 70 episodes to choose from.
I'm hurt.
Listen.
Can you scoot to the table a little bit?
Yeah, nice job, Andrew. He saved the podcast right there at the end. Nice job. Let me know what you guys think. I'll see you in the next one.